I guess, play your cards too early, because as soon as you get that counter engage, it could be so difficult. So the way that we have these two teams set up, it feels like BLG need to be pretty proactive in a lot of ways.
Down towards the Drake, see if they couldn't pick that one up for themselves. Instead, both of these teams gonna just hover around the Drake. Feather actually does start it up. Do you actually want to go for this right here, ThunderTalk? They do, yeah. Instead, it is just going to be Way heading up towards the
level
top
sixes.
side.
I said it, Satab looking for the
all-in.
It's solo Bolo to get first blood for TT.
As Knight.
Oh, he brought backup. He said, "Big brother, come help me out." Zenith Blade hits, and that'll be a tank from Way. Knight will get the kill right back. Revenge is a dish best served in the hands of TT up on top side right now. Way stopped his back.
Way staying here. There we go. I was going to say, Betron was also recalling, decided to stick around. Now, this is a risky dive if you go for it. TP.
I mean, they feel like they need to do something. They got to get a TP in. They're trying to get Hoya under turret, but this is dicey. BLG, they're under turret, but Hoya's back alive with the bailout, and Feather's going to hit the hostile takeover. Oh my goodness. Hoya still falls, and BLG are juggling masterfully as they take down the remaining members of TT. They get the place, they get the turret too, and all they paid for it was at least the life and some grubs.
That was a bit of a squeaker right there. Got a lot closer than it potentially needed to be. As from Hoya, really good dodging around to keep himself alive for as long as possible. Feather is actually the star of the show in this one. Finally manages to actually get the hostile takeover, but only lands it onto Knight. If he's able to get that across two members, Knight and Way, potentially maybe get L kills for his team. Hasn't actually put him ahead in any real sense of it. Bot lane, Bin, Setab. I don't think they're going to fight each other to the death, but actually, hang on. Hi, Betron.
Satab says, "I got buddies here. We're going to take you down, Bin. Might be Giga, but right now you're small," and Beituan takes that.
Pick up that kill, unlocks a lot of just free lane space right here for Setab as well. Going to be able to push this lane through, get a nice recall off. They don't see him.
Oh, they saw him because of the true shot. That's a huge combo. And now Satab caught out even with that level difference. Way is going to chase him down. He's trying to play some Alcove Gaming here, get a little bit more of it. But On is right here to try to play some games too. The Ignite goes down, and On will claim the kill.
I mean, it was an attempt.
Way has no real way in. And I think the trouble with the Nocturne is you just become a paranoia bot, but maybe it's going to be enough. The Rift Arrow getting low, the engage is going to be taken. They found the backline. Perfect excuse from Satab. Bailout will do nothing for you. You've got no hopes. You've got no dreams. As there is a bailout on the other side for TT. You got Bin coming in trying to make the difference. Nice Zenith Blade going to be dodged away from by Hoya. On is singled out by 1XN. And now TT have all the numbers they could possibly want. This is a 5v3, and BLG are overextending themselves. Beituan's just going to chase down Bin. Did you watch the games, bud? Because we're still putting you in the dumpster.
Oh boy, this is what we were talking about. As much as you may have a lead going into that team fight, ThunderTalk, they just fight different. This team knows how to team fight, and the second that you don't land that initial solo flare out of On, it was as we were highlighting, how do they actually start early in these team fights? You're not that tanky at this point in the game as a Vi, but lands everyone that they need to.
Bailout's been used. They've actually taken down 1XN. They couldn't get him. Now BLG, they're throwing a little bit of muscle around themselves. Elk gets knocked down by Beituan. You've got the entrance from Satab. He's trying to get the backline. Way's getting low now. Things are getting a little bit spicy. Satab gets hit, and no, he's down. Elk can't get more, though. He gonna go with the cleanse. Bin looking onto Hoya now. They might be able to follow this up. They have a lot of range. They have a lot of follow-through. Way looking to try to get something. One more, and there he is. He gets the kill back on a Feather, and BLG, they're kicking it screaming back into this game.
Yeah, BLG, they're not going to allow this game to happen to them. Picking up this mid lane tower as well. Huge injection of gold, and that's teamfight 1 right before they head on down to take this Drake. Huge swing back and forth. The gold graph on this game going to look a little bit like a roller coaster so far in this one. Betron in the area, not going to be here in time to be able to actually get a steal off. Still potentially stepping up here, really? I mean, he has friends on the way.
Yeah, he has 1XN on the way. I think this might be a little bit overzealous, but like it's a piercing arrow combo! Oh my god, Bin gets his life ripped from his very soul, and Odd's going down as well. One more vault breaker for good measure. Beituan is showing up.
and showing off with that one. I mean, that was a level of confidence that I love to see from this kind of player. We've been highlighting him throughout the early stages of this game, a key component for ThunderTalk, someone they've been building around for a while and paying it back right here. Elk under massive threat. There you go.
Elk, no way, Jose. I said he's going to hate his life in this game, and he absolutely does. His life is no longer. It is forfeit as TT screaming from the clouds, just like you, Cal, used to do. TT's is so much easier to execute. You literally need to land the cease and desist or a public execution onto a pertinent member, and you can take that away, where BLG have weird entrances. They have to find their way in a lot of different strategies to play through, and that right now in a game number 1 that means so much is playing to TT's advantage as they herald down in bot lane. They get 1 turret but will not continue the siege.
Everybody gonna back off, playing around Atakan. You don't want to step into that bush.
Solar Flare hits onto 1xN. 1xN's in trouble. Get the President out of there. They do indeed, and they make him out with Hoya coming in through the TP. That hostile takeover being down is big. Do BLG want to push the pressure here onto the Atakan on 3 items for Knight? The golden left hand of BLG, and here he is putting a little bit of moves on him. Paranoia comes through. 1xN gets bailed out, but he dies immediately after. That's a big hostile takeover right back. Bin has joined the fight, but look on the side. Bates 1 going for the lockdown, going for Elk, the man with the mission, and it's a double kill for Satab. Now the rest of TT are surrounding Bin. Bin, he's going down, and Hoya's got his number yet again. TT are steaming ahead, and there's pings to the big purple worm. They're looking to make this one lethal.
Yeah, this is a much easier objective to take, especially after you win a team fight in such convincing fashion. Wei is still alive, but doesn't really have a way into the pit right now. Has vision, could potentially go for the steal. This would be a crazy one to be able to get off. I mean, hey, if he could do it, legendary. Nah, not gonna go for it. I'd be very surprised if he did. You're basically just giving over the ace at that point. So like I said, of On and Wei going in at the same sort of time to make it so there's an unwinnable proposition in front of 1xN. Do I cleanse this bit? Do I cleanse that bit? Where do I go?
The Paranoia. Well, speaking of, he's going to have to choose. Now Wei is locked out for the cease and desist. You can't spell shield out of that one, and Wei is down. Jungler down means TT are going to run rampant on BLG. That's a big true shot barrage back across. Satab having to get away from BLG's backline. Knight keeping distance here. I don't think this is a fight that TT want to go. You're giving options to BLG, but maybe they just take the fight anyway. Cease and desist is not going to be available. You have to find another way to get your lockdown. Maybe it's a vault breaker going through. Elk looking to keep his distance though, and BLG playing their comp beautifully right now. Use this poke, use this prod, and keep them at arm's length. Zenith Blade going a little bit wide. TP coming back in. That's going to be Satab to try to pale out the rest of his team. BLG, things quiet down with TT still in the lead.
That was a weird TP right there. That's a TP reposition from bot lane up into that bush, but you kind of just lose out onto that one. You're now resetting without the TP and just walking back into the lane. Bitron is taking this blue buff at the point at which BLG are taking the dragon. This is a loss of a
trade, right?
Yeah, straight off of getting a pick on the enemy. Highlight it. Oh, hang on.
Oh, we're back. Okay, hostile taker have been used. They try to get him. Oh my god, the chains of corruption. Wei's gone. 1xN makes the difference. BLG were on the back foot, and now they're reeling. Hoya's under turret. He's healing. He's going down. Knight takes him out, and now Ben trying to come over and lick the wounds of BLG, but 1xN, he's carving those arrows into their body.
They can keep pushing through right here. You've also spent Beachuan up towards the mid lane to get that push going, and this is a huge swing of gold. As much as the Baron was the beginning of this play, it's now about what you can really wring from it. They also potentially want to go and pick themselves up the Atakan. With Wei dead for 13 more seconds, it's as good a time as any to go and pick up this next objective for yourselves. And now also being able to respawn through on these fights makes this so hard for BLG to play out. They had themselves in a good spot in this game, but it felt like they spent too long sort of stood around the objectives bot lane, not quite being able to pick up onto either the Drake or Atakan, weren't able to keep pushing those Mystic Shocks and do what he needs to. ThunderTalk, they are playing out the second half of this game masterfully. It was a bit of an iffy early game, but this one is great.
Yeah, the difference, the level up from their last series, the domination that we saw levied against them with that JDG roster. They learned from that, and they learned from their mistakes. And I just have to give more love to Beichuan. I mean, the guy has been the linchpin in their kind of mechanical setup here for TT. He is the guy that's been kicking off a lot of the big picks, and he's the guy that was so lauded when he came up through that FPX system. He was the next big jungler. He's the guy with the mechanics that can take your team to the...
Beichuan can get everybody else ahead, but he can also definitely play it through himself. We're getting hunted right here, gonna get jumped by multiple members.
I mean, they're Steven down here. They got everybody. They have the Atacon GA. Oh no, Knight!
Oh, Knight, no.
Hoya goes for the predict, knows where he's going to go, and Knight might get stuck between his own two worlds as TP's coming down for TT. 1xN has caught out Ben, pushed him away from the fight, and these Atacon GAs are looming like nightmares in front of BLG.
BLG, they're going to keep playing around this bottom side of the map.
Oh,
jump
the flash
onto
play.
Wei. Oh, Wei
I mean, they have Atacon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? You can keep pushing on forward. Some teams, I have Baron going to be spawning. TP actually trying to flank and catch somebody out.
Trying to get Satab. He has flash still available. The speed up from Ben. He's just going to go all
Does
in
he just
here.
Go for
He's
it?
got him.
Wait, he's got him.
His own gigabit play as he takes down Ben. Looking for a Knight as well, but has no more gas in the tank. Does have a little bit of an exit strategy, though Knight's looking to hop, skip, and a jump his way to this kill. Elk wants one more auto. Satab goes golden. I don't think he can get out of that one, and Knight's going to claim that kill, but what have they lost? Pressure on top side, pressure on mid, and TT aren't giving up.
Yeah, time spent bot lane turns into more gold in TT's back pockets. Sure, you get a shutdown at least onto Satab. You need to make plays like this as BLG.
Lost now into pretty much domination of BLG so far in this one, but BLG are a team that you can never count out, although Elk might be counted out now as he has a Hoya looking to chase him down. Although you get Wei's paranoia, there's not much else to say. Public execution goes down, Wei is gone, and the cease and desist was saved to take down Elk. Elk takes him down!
Oh, no!
Beichuan ends Elk's life, and Hoya's still alive!
He doesn't even die!
Hoya's still alive! The man will never die, and TT will scream from the ashes of that phoenix that Beichuan was born into. He will straight go to the clouds and scream that ThunderTalk victory for game number 1.
Are ThunderTalk BLG's kryptonite? This
they
team,
have to be.
They just know how to play team fights better than BLG do. 8-0-10.
Playing today.
I mean, solo queue is knocking it once its comp back. Like, I'm sure I've played with. He's not a tank yet. Yeah, he's a tank at some point. Here's the dive. Here we go.
Okay, we'll see if they actually can execute this one. Hoya looking to save his hook shot, does end up buffering it out. A lot of damage back. The turret is going to refresh there onto the minions. Now waiting to go back in onto Hoya. Hoya's trying to heal up a little bit, has those pots rolling. See if we can get the Blade Collar combo from Elk. They go into Hoya. Grand entrance pop on tanking the turret. Hoya going for the kill. One more shot. That's another turret shot, but Elk not tanking just yet. Maybe he can tank a couple shots. They're waiting for the turret to calm down. And now it has reset, so the damage doesn't matter, and BLG get first blood.
Oh, it takes a while because you don't want to give all 6 over. If you do, into this kind of composition, you're going to get your towers shredded. And this is the kind of composition that was going to have a pretty hard time trying to play around these towers. They're trying to...
I thought he might actually get... So he gets level 6 from that. He's going to have to burn his flash away. The Weaver's Wall gets hit off by Wei. The fight's still kicking off, though. Beichuan trying to heal up. 3 Talon Strike not there. And another kill going to BLG. This time it's Knight that claims it off the back of his heroic entrance. Now you have Elk trying to run away from Feather and 1xN. Pressure is seated by BLG on top side for that bot lane play.
And I can understand why BLG wanted that one. I love it. That's great use of the Galio right there to say, hey.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on.
Ooh, Elk?
Ayo.
Okay. I mean, he really wants that Blade Collar. he's like, I'll give my life for it.
Low. I don't know that the Blade Collar's worth it there. Potentially. Maybe stepping back might be the better plan. Nobody dies top lane, although everybody is attempting to do so.
I would love to see 1xN flash for it, honestly. The fact that he had flash, though, I mean, Elk also does, and barrier, so he's like baiting him a little bit.
Oh, that's part of why this play goes so wrong. Oh no.
No, Satan! He goes down. That's 3 kills to BLG, and honestly, this is
I'd say the BLG have better scaling for themselves overall.
Yeah.
If they can get themselves into the later stages of the game, it's been a Knight being tanky that could fully swing it. On was potentially looking for a bit of engage there. They're at least looking to set themselves up mid lane priority and get themselves onto these grubs. Everybody in bot lane has teleport too.
H1 just gonna take the fight outright. Gets the quickness. There's the Pop Blossom. They get one. They're trying to get the damage back. Hoya gonna pop that one though, as he's not gonna be able to get the damage back into it either. And 1xN just gets completely taken out by Elk. This is a statement from BLG. Hoya maybe making this dragon fight a little bit more dicey for TT.
Nobody in top lane right here wants to lose too much health right now because it's going to make teleporting into this potential team fight that much harder. Beitron gets jumped again.
They go for Beitwan again. There's the heroic entrance coming in as well. Flash is going to abound. There's Pop Blossom. I've seen this story before, and it just happened. Elk gets another kill. Wait, chasing down Satab. BLG will take everything from TT.
I do not like blaming draft fully for the way that games play out, because that removes a lot of the agency from the way that BLG have played this early game very well. But we definitely, and you can see it on our faces at the start, 1xN gonna get jumped. He's fine, he lives from this one. Good comps too. This one just isn't working for them, and it's a great early game out of BLG to recognize that, to know that there's not really any
more turrets to be taken down. And this right here is the combo that I am the most terrified for TT about. Knight and Wei on this Viego and Galio combo has been insane this game.
It just allows Wei to play with that. Hang on, Elk. Like misses, and they're gonna lose a top lane tower for it potentially. Hoya, at least, is gonna be able to clear out the majority of the minion wave. You can see what the grubs can do though, but it just unlocks Wei to play with that level of confidence.
Would be second dragon for either team. BLG have full control of the map right now. They're looking to take this priority to go mid, drop the Rift Herald as well, and keep pressure on TT here. Weaver's Wall going to be utilized. Elk luckily gets on the other side of it here. The team can't follow through. There goes the turret. See if anybody wants to go for another ride here. Bin looking for an all-out. He's trying to kidnap somebody. Stop that man.
Wait.
He's going to get knocked back. He's going to get jumped on. And now full time over top of it. Although you're in a little bit of trouble, Beitwan will go through. Big Pop Blossom from Feather. Maybe they can try to find an angle, but there goes a ton of their tools gone. So TT back away.
Yeah, tools, exactly. That was possibly the best engage you're going to find this game for ThunderTalk, and they don't manage to convert it into any kills. Now you've lost a ton of your ultis, pretty low health as well. We're seeing resets coming through from BLG. They're going to be in a better spot to actually be able to play the fight around this Drake. Setab stepping up to Wei would be bad. Bad.
Setab, no! That man wants to steal your soul!
Oh no. And
he TP'd out. Nice.
This is how ThunderTalk unfortunately plays. Once they get themselves a lead, they look so good, they teamfight so nice, but from behind with the sort of composition that kind of struggles in a straight up 5v5 teamfight, especially into what BLG have drafted themselves, it is very like ThunderTalk to begin to compound on errors, to try to step up to that Drake when they really had no right to. Once they didn't get that initial couple of picks, they had lost that Drake already. They just didn't know. All 5 of your opponents just walking at them straight up should result in your death. It doesn't. Instead, this results in a Drake and a kill.
2 times you can't get away with murder. I'm sorry.
Movement of this Galio. Still, the ulti's almost back up at this point in the game. Atakan's still available. It's been up for a while. Nobody's really playing for it. I mean, he can jump away in a second.
They got TP coming in.
I
mean, TT are gonna need to find an exit strategy here. Unfortunately, Beitwan has already gotten his ticket punched, and he is down for the count.
The game continues on, 20 minutes in, 9-0. This game, it feels like there's almost nothing that they can do. Not entirely true, there's always a way back into the game. That's one of the joys of League of Legends. But losing out onto this Atakan certainly doesn't help.
Get the flowers! Get the flowers! See, they're not used to it. They're not, okay, I guess Wei is the flower picker here. As Knight is about to 1v1 Satab. Luckily, Satab has friends. Hook shot coming in. Hoya looking to get him down. Is he going to go for the turret instead? They do take a side lane tier 2, so that's pretty big, but
That's
they
something.
lose a lot for it.
It's got a little bit of
the
extra gold
ruinous.
on top of it. Elk
Dun,
could get
dun,
jumped in.
dun, dun,
This would be good.
Dun, dun, dun.
No,
Oh,
he
dun, dun,
misses!
dun. Elk still might die. He's going to pop that feather storm. The flash on the other side. Bullet time. No,
Wait,
bitch one.
wait, he lives!
Sunhouse
He lives!
Fallacy.
Oh!
Elk has gone mad, and he's taking his rage out on TT.
Oh, Elk didn't have a good time in the previous game, but he's gonna pay it back. ThunderTalk, they have to try get something going, but the second that the wind becomes lightning doesn't land, it feels a lot harder to pick up that kill, and Elk proves that. Fancy feet, great spacing to be able to pick up that kill. 3-0-1 at this point. And now you could just push on forwards, waiting on the Baron to spawn RBLG to just accelerate that lead.
No.
Might not
Satap
even
goes
need it.
into the fight, might have just bitten off more than he could chew, goes down to Wave,
Yikes.
takes his soul right in front of the rest of his team. And now with that Talia in tow, they take another tier 2 turret, and that'll be mid going for another item. He got shield bow, third item, by the way. Just going for the maximum Chad build as BLG look to surround TT like sharks drawn to blood. 1XN's gonna pop his cleanse, but it's not gonna save him today. It's been just running him down with Knight's help. Big Pop Blossom back, but it does not matter. It's pity prizes that BLG take right from the kid's hands. That's gonna be a triple kill for Knight, and BLG look to even up the series.
Setab gonna do what he can, trying to at least survive here, stop the push from going on. Gonna go in, jump Setab, and he's dead too. There it is. That's the ace that they were looking for. I don't quite think BLG can end the game right here. 1XN is up in 10 seconds time, but they can take a heck of a lot away from ThunderTalk. They're gonna have their base cracked open. Drake falls too, and Baron spawning in just 20 seconds time. It's gonna be the next prize in the eyes of BLG.
Absolutely huge. We got our third Ruinous Atacon at LPL. We get BLG back into...
And only has been under threat once when he got jumped under that mid lane tier 2. If you can't get onto these key carries, then what can you really do about this one? We said that BLG might run out of damage. Well, they certainly aren't.
Oya finds himself on the wrong side of town. He's just gone. And honestly, at this point, I don't know if TT are going to come away with a kill. Luckily, it's not a perfect game because they were able to take a dragon and 2 turrets, but I think a kill is going to be difficult.
2 turrets bot lane as well. Weren't even able to crack mid lane tier 1, which is a real show.
Still
of how
like
this
full
one has
health,
been
I'm
hard.
pretty sure.
Yeah, they haven't touched it. I mean, Betchuan is in the
Is he
area.
gonna do it?
He could steal this.
Oh, but there's a
Maybe.
bin in his way. Pop Blossom going to come out. Page 1. Oh, no.
No.
Okay, yeah, throw up the RNG logo their way. You deserve that flex. I love that call out, but BLG are just winning this one. There is no hope for TT. They will have to think about the next game as Knight stopped off at a library and got 25 books, at least 25 chapters for his book.
Second game in a row where somebody has ended the game without dying. Slightly more people this time around.
Jungle
as
again.
BLG.
What is happening here?
It's just the jungle. Wow, crazy this one. We're going to watch the slow and a little bit unfortunate demise of ThunderTalk in this game. Nice try. Good job. We go next on this one, most certainly.
Oh, they're going to get a kill. Oh, they got the laser beam.
No.
They're going to kill. No. They didn't get a single kill. If that's anything to show you, that's the LPL, baby. 23-0. Oh, my.
Yeah, it's very much the way that we expect TT to play. BLG, I think they are a little bit more versatile in the sort of style that they can play. They've had their best success versus ThunderTalk. We are going to see this split of objectives going on over. Bitchuan picking up these grubs and Way alongside Knight grabbing this Drake. Bin continues to take a ton of damage here, and actually, Bitchuan is in the area. They could potentially look for a dive. Now, if it was tricky to dive onto the Camille earlier, this is going to be even harder to do, but they do have a wave incoming. ThunderTalk, you need to execute this one to perfection.
It's Bin's Jax. Can they outplay it? They knew he was coming up here. Bin knows what's coming, and he just knows that he has to execute it correctly. There's that first Winter's Bite. Gonna hit. 1XN waiting to hit in. Concussive blows gonna go through after that counter strike. There you go.
Nice.
Damage down. 1XN tanking, and gets the kill. Walks out. Throws up the Heimerdinger emote, and all is good. Hoya going for the kill on tonight. Looking for it. Has the cast, but no, he doesn't have the damage. And now he's gonna be slowly taken out. BLG gets get the better of the play on bot side, so it's a return.
And it's all gonna be back and forth top side in favor of ThunderTalk. Great time for ThunderTalk.
Early game going better than last game. We'll take that.
They've got more kills
Thank
already.
Goodness. Knight looking for a counterplay, though, towards this top side onto Hoya. Big Swan right behind him. Bin going for the flash play, going for the counter-strike, throws the thumbs up. My man is gaming on him. Gets caught by the Nature's Grasp, maybe a little bit envious here. Oh, a chance missed earlier. Barely goes wide. Saytab looking to follow up, though. Bin left out to his own devices and is taken down by none other than Saytab.
And that's
towards this grub setup. BLG are going to be the ones there. TP now coming back from Hoya. He didn't get a chance to back just yet. Ultimates are available.
The flank potentially right here for Saytab.
Oh, that's bold. Oh, he gets caught. Cask out. And that might be the Wombo combo TT we're looking for. That counter-strike was massive, though. And BLG, they're streaming forward. Lilting Lullaby going to come through from Way, but he is not singing sweet nothings to nobody here. 1x in trying to stutter step his way back through. Elk is tearing them apart, though. Saytab falls, and here he goes. Open them up and close them down. And one more shot. Not going to be enough. And 1x in gets out by...
away from being a clean ace there.
We go back into live. TT, no slouches. They got back up. They dusted themselves off. Now they're looking at a dragon. Tie that one up for themselves. It was those 3 grubs secured by BLG. Very, very even game for this game number 3. And I think the fact is, the matter is, we're seeing a lot of presence mid.
A lot of people stood around in this area, potentially looking for another pick right here, able to buy himself up quite a lot of space. But the fact is that the main carries for this BLG composition are the people who have gotten themselves the most kills. 3-0-2 right now for Way. 2-0-3 for Elk. Both of them in great spots. And yeah, look at the damage in the last team fight.
Wow.
Way, hang on.
They got a little catch out here. On is in a lot of trouble, but so is Way. He's locked down. He gets bounced back, and look at him. He's going down.
Nice.
1xN guns him down with the bow. Knight trying to get some AoE damage. This is massive. Knight holding himself accountable. A double kill for 1xN. One more shot. It's not enough. And TT, they're trying to run down
Can they not
Knight.
get him?
The deadly.
Wait.
No.
Oh!
We're auto attack. The Windsor's Spike got one back. Deadly Flourish goes wide, but the minions will finish the job. Elk, the only member standing in that fight, has been...
Every time we've seen TT win against BLG, it's been because they've found a huge team fight. They need to fight at every available opportunity. Yeah, like you said, Herald's going to be that next big one.
Okay, we'll see.
Or just randomly mid lane. Why
yeah,
not?
I mean, hey, we'll ram it up, I guess, for the end of the LTA that happened today. You know, we'll just give them a little bit of a harken back to. The Rift Herald has already started up and already chunked by TT. BLG moving in. They do have TPs available for both top laners, so maybe they want to try to move over, but BLG looks like they're giving it up. Oh, no, On
Really?
just goes in for the flash play. Okay, baby, let's go. The cow's going ham, and it's a little bit of beef for dinner here. TT getting locked out. Look at Bin. You give him his signature Jax, and you're begging for him to go Giga Bin on your ass. As now Beitwan locked down, BLG are ripping him a new one.
Just about...
1xN?
Wait, 1xN?
Okay.
Okay, he doesn't get it. Oh, that would have been fun to get a kill.
Yeah.
Damn. Because once you got that second item under your belt, that fight goes a little bit differently in the individuals, but that's now another fight lost for BLG. They do just about on the backside end up picking themselves up the Herald. They can use that mid.
Bin, he's...
Full man.
No, not again! TT, they got traitors among them, but Bin is the one that needs to get out of there, as you have 5 members of TT that show up. Thankfully, they are able to get the TP from Saytab to join the fray. He does have that Sun Disc, so he'll put it up in the mid lane. Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto On. Oh, he's a slick cow. Look at him. He gave him the Ramus thumbs up, too. I think, though, with a little bit of the setup right now, TT are looking to press a couple buttons, see where they can crack the armor of BLG. Using some of that utility they have. I think with this composition, they're perfectly fine with where they're at right now, though. They get hit by the Lilting Lullaby, double counter-strike, and now BLG throw their own bouncy castle back at TT. Knight's out there. Look at him fly. He's zooming. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will lock him down, and he will finally fall slowly but surely. But BLG, they've rounded the corner, and they've rounded TT up just like the cattle they are, as now Way is looking for the combo here to slow them down and maybe find a deadly flare from Elk. Elk. Luckily, that sapling will slow them down for TT, and they will just walk away with 3 dead members.
And that's just another snap engage right here out of BLG. Hey, we were excited to potentially see some flashy Camille play out of Bin, but no. It is the Jax that is just looking gorgeous in this team fight. They finally do manage to get a kill back to TT, Knight for map, and almost none for ThunderTalk.
The night is dark and full of terrors, some may say, and TT, you're definitely saying that right now. Look at Hoya, he's got an angle. Maybe it's it. Maybe it's the time. Maybe it's Elk they find. Oh, he goes for the flash play. Enchanted Crystallero connected as well, but they're split focus. Way is the target right now, but he gets the lilting lullaby out at the last second.
What?
That might have been a 9-man sleep. He's alone. He's alive, and it's deadly as they are falling one by one. BLG are losing members, and they might have gotten the turnaround now. Knight and Bin, the ones that got the picks, the ones that have the moment, and there's the counter strike. Bin, he wants it. Leap strike in, and it might be a double kill for 1xN, but he is down for the count, and now Elk has surrounded Satab and taken him a new one.
Oh, it's much closer as a team fight right here. BLG, they don't.
Hey, they went ahead and started up the Atacon. BLG, they're moving in. I love that TT just don't stop swinging. It might be a swing and a miss, but it's swinging nonetheless. Elk picks out Hoya. No more big booty slam coming through for them, and they got to be a little careful. Beituan knocking on away, but now he's caught by himself. Realm Warp coming through. BLG is surrounding TT, and they might be screaming to the heavens, but it's mercy, mercy, please, as Elk goes for a 4th shot, and the tree is done. BLG are just dominating now.
I like that ThunderTalk try to get aggressive, but never around Atacon. Please, it doesn't work out. The majority of the damage done to Beitran in that fight is done by the Atacon. You lose out onto that objective. You're going to lose out onto the Baron as well. And BLG, if they weren't in a commanding position before that team fight, certainly are now.
TT gonna pick up the scraps. That is their journey on Summoner's Rift right now as they take a side lane turret. That dude, I'm just flabbergasted. Honestly, are the words I'm gonna choose for Elk right now. Like, this guy, when he chooses to, he just all of a sudden rises to the occasion. This is 2 games in a row of his just dismantling of TT. And it's on a Jhin. It's on a pick where they were pressured in lane. And this guy, I mean, he is literally the husband of the LPL. People love him. People laud him. But it's the combo, the duo of Elk and On that have been so prevalent in the hearts and names of the LPL of recent history. And here they are yet again putting on a show.
On has had a brilliant game. This Alistar really did tie the rest of the BLG composition together. Can see in a lot of these team fights been stepping up, finding that initial engage, stopping people from being able to just sit and hit 1xN setup. They haven't been able to play their games, all because of On.
Oh, Beituan going for the play. They get the Glacial Fissure across too. Beituan just dies. He maybe saw him. No!
Bin in the back line.
Finds the back line. Multi-man counter-strike. There ain't nothing left for TT here. They need to go on and get, because BLG are come to town and they've come to play. Sion might go silent for TT, but they will be raucous for BLG as the comeback is real and they're looking to go to match point here.
Yeah, that's gonna be game right here. Nothing that ThunderTalk can do. All in the fountain. And BLG, it wasn't as clean as the previous game, but you've got a situation where you can jump forwards with a lot of aggression and potentially get some 2v2 kills.
The fact that we get a game where we were happened like this, you were the chosen one. Maybe they actually turned it around. They got Knight coming, Flash is coming through. Is Elk the one to fall? The fact that both ADCs are getting so low. Oh my god!
No way!
1xN doesn't get it. It's taken by On. First blood, second blood. BLG. They're coming alive with game number 4. And Knight's looking for more. A double kill early on for the golden left hand of BLG. Satab can't even get it. It's a triple kill.
I love it when my opponents walk into me and die. Satab's...
Oh no, again. Knight.
No.
He's got a vice grip with his golden left hand on this series, and he's got Satab at a choke.
This Drake to be pretty open, pretty free for ThunderTalk. Right now they're looking for the dive.
Okay, they got Ben caught out under turret, and he's going to be able to get tanked down, so he goes down. Beichuan takes the kill, and that's a big reprieve for TT.
And giving it over to right now, though, they're looking to just loot away whatever they can, as they don't end up picking up this Drake for at least a little while.
We're seeing BLG try to get that cross-map play going through here. Try to get as many plates going. TT gonna do just the same. TT looked to take some enemy jungle camps instead of going for that early dragon there.
It's
and honestly, Caitlyn does pretty good.
Drake.
Yep, exactly.
And they're much quicker at it. I think they can.
It is a king. Oh.
Get them. I really don't know. You should.
It's coming down the neck. Okay, well, I think it's BLG win that 100%.
It should be BLG who are able to pick this one up, and that's going to be the feats immediately going over to them. Yeah, that's going to be a big victory right here. It's just easier to grab these early plates off of the top lane when you're in a much stronger position overall.
Luxor. I'm disgusted. Knight got his Kraken Slayer at like 8 minutes and 20 seconds or something along those lines. That might be the earliest Kraken Slayer I've ever seen.
It's definitely one of
Double TP, one from each team coming on bot side, as you'll have the joining of Saytab and Bin. Oh, Saytab, he needs to find an exit strategy. He hits the fate seal, but it might be his own fate, and he's going to toss over another kill tonight potentially here. Oh, he can't get the piercing light, but maybe, just maybe, the harpoon. No, it's the flamethrower that he whips out and takes Saytab's life.
That play, but that's ThunderTalk getting overly aggressive still. BLG, they do use 2 teleports to make that play, so they are going to be down in terms of map movements. Hoya still has his.
Dragon handily going over to BLG, so they'll keep stacking up those neutral objectives. Map dominance is the name of the game.
It's down by 2k. It's just not in a good position at all. But, as you highlighted, and we're absolutely correct to do so, it is a Yone. And there are moments where Yones finally do nothing. 3 items, pop off, find that team fight where you get that fate sealed that really does just recalling out. Not gonna bother.
I think a 2-item Knight is sitting there with a black cleaver completed second at 15 minutes and like 30 seconds or something. Like, oof, that feels real bad. We'll see now 1xN stepping up, try to get some push onto the turret.
Harpoon, see if it can work out that way around. But yeah, it is a little bit trickier. They're also gonna be pretty slow at getting on top of these turrets. Once they're on the turrets, they'll go a lot quicker, but yeah, it's going to be hard. Hoya
gets away barely with the flash, the Grand Starfall. They've still got him. Although On might just bite the bullet here. Beichuan going around the corner. On is down. TP coming through, though. That's multi-TPs from both sides. This fight is not done. Round 2 kicking off soon. Saytab trying to make a difference for once in this game. He's going forward, but now he's going out. Equalizer, the red carpet for BLG to steam forward and push onto Hoya. His life is ripped from his body as L takes him down. Now the rest of BLG are surrounding them. Knight going for more. One more auto. He gets chained. The culling. Not going to get the last bullet there, but continuing in the rest of the fight. Bin is showing his own muscles, and Saytab goes down to Gigabit for a double kill.
Oh, and 1xN is now spotted as well. I don't think this is going to be a survive. Oh, he's so
My young Padawan, why must it come to this? Knight guns him down, and Knight is running away with this game.
And Knight gets handed those kills early on in the game. It's an over-aggressive level 1 that maybe spells the doom right here for ThunderTalk, and that was a decent team fight. They're able to get the initial turn onto On, but it doesn't matter in the end. Once Knight is able to open up, deal his damage, there's almost nothing that can be done. 1xN doesn't deal enough. Saytab to do some fancy stuff on the backline, but you're not a 2-item.
And look, like... He's just so confident. He's stepping up into awkward positions just to continue taking the fight. And now TT, their backs were against the wall, but now they're being crushed into that very wall. BLG's might is no slouch. They will just take it to them. And it's been 3 games of dominion for BLG, led by their man with the golden left hand in Knight, and they are going to continue pushing. They are looking at mid lane, and they are looking to assert that lower bracket run.
This is the game of dreams right here for Knight. This is exactly what BLG wanted on their next run. They want to go all the way. They want the title. Anything less is a disappointment for this organization. Well, this is the statement game that they need to really show, hey, we've had struggles with ThunderTalk, but we are going to best our kryptonite right here, and nobody else seems to have been able to do as much damage to BLG as ThunderTalk have, using it to great effect. And I would just like for us to track this through the rest of this game. This would be the 3rd game in a row that Elk doesn't die.
Oh my god, that would actually be so insane of a stat for them. But man, I mean, it is an honor to watch this guy Knight play the video game that we all love so much. Every time he hits the Rift, it is just a pleasure to watch. And it's crazy to think how many different organizations he has brought that Silver Dragon Cup to. I mean, through the likes of JDG, Top Esports, now BLG, like this guy's track record is insanity, and we bring it up all the time.
Would just not be worth it. They would lose so much across the rest of the map, and it really does feel like the map is closing in right now on ThunderTalk.
And it sucks to go down like this if they do end up going down. Miracle comeback's always possible. But TT's run till now has been nothing short of wonder. It's been amusement. It's been awesome. It's been a joy. But BLG are here on business. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nothing short of greatness is that Silver Dragon Cup for them. They cannot falter anywhere. And now, looking to put the finishing touches on TT. The comp just enables them to play so confidently, and they will continue to do so. They're pushing up top side. They're looking for a tier 2 up here with Bin's side lane push.
Hey,
they just go for it.
Doesn't hurt either.
You can see it coming from a mile away. 1xN does see it coming, does get out. The root's going to connect. This is all under tower, by the way, and they're still taking them down. Knight has decided the tower doesn't get to exist anymore, but he's being engaged on by Satab. They still have the Atacon GAs, and they know it. They're going for the turret. Here goes that extra combo, as they won't be able to go for it. They won't pull the trigger onto 1xN, and they will pull back, but they came away with the tier 2. Like you said, that Baron being up, the next Dragon being Soul for BLG, and uncomebackable win conditions going through for them as Beichuan just gets completely caught. He was trying to be sneaky, but unfortunately, he will have to burn his flash to make it out. Feather and 1xN, they're coming up on the rear. Hoya going for the slicing maelstrom. Can they do it? Knight is getting taken down by Satab, but it's TT. This is the moment. This is it. 1xN is free firing on the side. 1xN, he's got their hope.
Oh, Satab misses.
No. Oh, no. It's all gone to hell in a handbasket, and 1xN and Feather, this duo from JDG's LDL champions, are not gonna be able to do it. They will be put down by BLG one final time, and BLG look to end this one.
This feels like it's gonna be the final nail in the coffin. We've still got a little bit more of the game left to go. Baron needed to be able to finish off this one.
Came into this game like a newborn baby with 4 kills. Just right out the bat. Makes it so difficult to play against, even in these kinds of moves, even on a champion like Yone. And now BLG, they're circling TT here. They're looking at multi-lane pushes. They've got Ben inside lane. Hoya still looking for a big combo with his slicing maelstrom. But these Baron minions, they will not quit. They will keep pushing.
Got to push through the mid and the bot lane right here. Top lane kind of being ignored, not particularly interested in doing a 1-3-1 right here, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to get this push going. The waves synced up as well pretty good. And the tower just going to get melted through. If Satab can find that in, but Elk's also got a Banshees.
Yeah. Oh, the Glacial Prison on 1xN. Oh, it gets his cleanse. That's so quick on the trigger. TT very much on the back foot here, but 1xN not at least scared in the moment. As the bot lane turret's getting lower and lower. Ben going to get engaged on by Satab. Doing a decent amount, but oh my god, that overheat damage. Satab is going to be popped. That turret going to be popped, and TT, they need to find something to hold on to because their base is crumbling underneath their feet.
Yeah, there's still a full minute left on this Baron power play right here for BLG. They've been able to pick themselves up. Hang on, there's the engage. Nah, it just doesn't happen. They might at least be able to stop their bot lane inhibitor from falling. That would be big, but the fact that they're just bleeding objectives at this point, they can't step into their own jungle to be able to pick up anything from in there. The gold just isn't happening right now for ThunderTalk. Down.
Oh, Satab.
So
oh, he might just die anyways. Knight. Not able to get the calling back down, but we know who's the big dog on campus here.
Oh yeah, Knight has styled on everybody this game. Elk going deathless for his shield up though, so you can't even land the initial stun. You just gotta go for it, Hoya. It's a long walk.
Okay, they got TP, they brought Hoya. This is it. Work. TT, your season on the line. This is the moment. Beichuan, he has nothing left to give. There's nothing for TT here. BLG wiped the floor with them time and time again in this series. Here's the Grand Starfall. He's going mid lane. Satav's trying to get the back line, but he dies in transition back to his body. And Knight stepping forward now with the culling. He's flashing, he's dashing, and Knight's the one, the only. As he's taking him down, the turret will finally clean him up. And through it all, it was through JDG, through Top Esports, through BLG. There's one constant, and it is that man, Knight. And BLG will take a 3-1 victory.
The ease of execution is on Top Esports here. They can play as slow as they want to, control the tempo, as long as they're keeping good summoners and ultimates up. Wait. JackeyLove and Chris are cornered. Doinby's still up here, and Shanji didn't leave yet. JackeyLove immediately burns both summoners. He's toast. He's completely fried. The perfect start for Ninjas in Pajamas. Leave gifted first blood.
Oh my lord. To really be wanting to pick up. There's no camps. He's kind of just waiting around. Eats
the Blade Caller. There's the paranoia up though for Aki. Gonna buy space. He's gonna come flying on into JackeyLove, who immediately has to burn Cleanse Flash again off cooldown, but he drops still despite both summoners. Chris having to flash away as well. Ninjas in Pajamas came to play in the opening bout.
Yeah, they drafted themselves a risky composition that needs to get ahead early. Well, that's exactly what they've managed to do for themselves. Multiple proactive plays working out really well. Cream also now going to get jumped by Shanji. Doinby's in the area.
Yeah, uses the Keeper's Verdict for the knockup between worlds thrown down. Cream's going to eat a slow, still has his flash, but it's not going to be enough. Feats of warfare. NIP open up with 3 straight kills.
Oh boy, it's not looking good for the prediction at this point if you aren't able to shop when it matters in the playoffs. But now in this one, early stages still, but not ideal. PP Go going in TP.
They're going for JackeyLove again. They have marked him as the target. Uses the Featherstorm to dodge on the paranoia, but in goes Lee with the Killer Instinct behind the Blade Caller, and it's just like shooting fish in a barrel right now for NIP. Bottom lane for top crumbles once more, and the lead only compounds for Ninjas in Pajamas.
They keep the pressure up right here, and the Between Worlds once again used to great effect, making sure JackeyLove isn't able to get away. That slow is just so strong. Cream's stepping up here. He really doesn't want to give all of these away, but he's so lonely right now.
He's got Kanavi. Oh, the Q doesn't land for PP God. Does get the crash down, but Cream's going to find the kill. Leva's also trapped in the Arcane Blast, having to flash away from Kanavi. Shanji here, though, gets the big stun to bail out his AD carry. Big time plays from NIP, trying to desperately push the sleep further, but it's 369 going for the hero play. Public execution in. Good Fear comes across the stuns. The lockup. It's Shanji again, denying 369 from his hero play. This Poppy pick is on pristine position.
Use that Featherstorm to at least survive for a little bit longer, but it's just not working out that way as Doinby gets jumped here.
Gets jumped. Kanavi connects Glacial Prison this time. Between Worlds not going to bail out Doinby.
That much damage, but Victor is in a pretty strong position overall. See it right here.
Storm down.
A little bit. It doesn't do too much to one individually. It's when you get it into the midst of a big team fight and it just starts shredding through people, and the more and more items that get completed, the more Cream is going to be able to do. Still though, he's not having the best time right here versus Shanji.
Mercdred's is a hell of a drug.
It really is.
For Shanji just ignores all that Victor damage. NIP on the backside though. In position to fight, especially now with some of these item differentials coming through in that damage department you were talking about for Ninjas in Pajamas.
Not yet, not in a straight 5v5. Uh-oh.
Here we go, lights out. PP God just roots up Crisp, and all the damage comes through before anyone can do anything. Glacial Prison immediately cleansed by Lee, so you get that one off the
focus.
Oh boy, they're looking for a dive here on the 369. Yes, they are. Lee flies in. That was way too easy for that NIP 80 carry. Another kill picked up. They're playing right towards that pick play type you were talking about, Bloxer.
Exactly. With the Drake coming up in just 10 seconds time, all of a sudden you cannot play this team fight. You've lost your top laner. We've been talking a lot about how 369 is going to be a key component for making these team fights work. Well, he's gone. He's dead. Nothing you can do about that one. TP coming in top lane right here for Shanji.
Shanji's everywhere, man. This guy is... he's rabid on the Rift with this pop.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure to cover all these lanes.
Every time you think you're going to get a push onto a tower? Nuh-uh. Absolutely not. Shanji arrives in your lane and stops that dead in its tracks. Everybody from NIP going to push through this mid lane right now. TS, it doesn't feel like they can stop this from happening at any real angle. They're just sort of having to sit on the tower.
Yeah, cornered and scared to try really do anything. Cream really wants to get this first turret, but Shanji, he's got so much taken as he can just ignore Cream's damage and maybe even challenge him for a solo bolo. Cream trying to kite back, does get some good movement speed from the Q. Shanji maybe a little bit too big for his britches. Think he's going to have to finally give up that first turret, but Bloxer, I do want to point something out that's a rarity in the LPL with all the early skirmishing that top side. We've got our third Ruinous Atacon of the LPL split.
Yeah. And this actually is happening again. I've seen one already today, and I gotta be honest, it's a lot less interesting. I don't know, Voracious is just more fun. I get that this one's interesting in its own ways potentially, but it feels a lot less like something to pick up the team fight afterwards. You don't pick up the full gold for it. It's a much worse fight. Whereas you can...
So this, despite all of the heroics of Shanji, you know, one of those former OMG guys we talk about, needed to step up. He has so far. The time is starting to tick here on an IP, and they know it. Rinse and repeat. They're going after Jackie Love again. This time he does have the Featherstorm into the Blade Color, but PP God's the one to root him up over the top of Chris. Jackie Love down for a fourth time, and Ninjas in Pajamas, they want more. They're flashing forward with PP God looking for the plays, but they're just forcing Kanavi and company out as they take more control over the map. A lot of the map states actually in Top Esports' favor.
I love this right here out of Top Esports.
Wow.
I mean, they had to make something like this happen. Kanavi's just dead. We'll move on from that one. That's unfortunate. But the fact that you managed to, whilst this play is happening top lane near your tier 2 tower, at the same time Top Esports are taking their opponent's tier 1 bot lane, then teleporting topside to pick up a tier 2 there. They're keeping the gold much closer than it otherwise should be, right? Looking at the way that this game has gone, at every you can feel it in these fights, but it's not so much that this game is insurmountable for Top right now. Oh, this is a massive risk.
Ruinous Atacon markedly does a ton more damage with his big
so
AoE.
Bad.
So you gotta really be careful with your health bar, but boys, Ruinous Atacon low. In comes Shanji, the Glacial Fisher trying to run everybody, but PP God still flies through. Chris is already dead. Aki, he doesn't want Ruinous Atacon, he wants Jackie Love's name. Secured over by Kanavi, but here comes the turn from Top Esports. 369 poly execution forward, has to jump out of the fight immediately. They're trying to create space for Cream and Jackie Love, but leave to fly forward and to find them all through the gravity well. It's Leave to step up and silence Top Esports with a triple kill!
That's what we're talking about. Hey, it's not that tricky if you'll leave. Weaves his way through that fight to perfection, playing the Kai'Sa with the required amount of reckless abandon, stepping forward. And they're going to be able to pick up themselves the Baron on the backside of this fight. This whole game has come up NIP, and more than anything, it's
marquee guy on the roster, the OMG components of the rest of this team, Shanji, Aki, PP God, former OMG staples. It's the one guy we didn't give enough love to in that pre-show that is just balling out. He's got the GA done here just to make it even bigger of a problem. 4-item Kai'Sa is just leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else on this map right now.
His feel comfortable. Right now doesn't have the flash, that's about halfway away, but does have the cleanse, so you're not even going to be able to get a long-range Glacial Prism to try to use that as the way to get this pick. It's going to be rough. It really is. You're going to have to hope that these straight-up 5v5 teamfights start going in your favor, but at this point, when you're this far behind, yeah, it's rough.
So big for NIP to come into this series in the lower bracket up against Top Esports and come out with their most impressive game so far. Even in the wins they found up against AL, it was competitive and closed through a lot of it. There were lead changes, it was rocky, but NIP have their most complete game right now, and it only feels like one more team fight could be the killing blow as they try to take control of the Dragon Pit with Soul in their hand. What can Top Esports do? They're just being funneled in their own jungle, constantly having to answer wave after wave. Feels like a last-ditch effort is coming soon.
Every call and teleport in out of both of these top laners, although Shanji...
Onto Shanji, but that's the Poppy. You don't want to engage onto them. Lights go out. Aki's waiting for a moment to jump on top of Jackalope. Keeper's Verdict sends the 369 to the sky and sets up Leave to eviscerate Top Esports once more. It's way too easy for Ninjas in Pajamas, and boy, have they started this series out with one hell of a blow. PP God looking for the last kill on the 369. They want the clean ace. They're not going to get it, but they're going to get themselves a dominating game one up against Top Esports.
369 doing whatever he can to try get something back for his team. Not gonna happen. They're gonna lose so much off of the back of that fight. It's gonna be Soul going over to Ninjas in Pajamas. They're gonna be able to pick themselves up a mid lane tier 2, a bot lane tier 2. The gold just keeps flowing. And Ninjas in Pajamas, they have played themselves a truly incredible game one so far. They still need to but I really don't think we're going to get to this point. In fact, this might be the ending fight around a red buff.
Yeah, here comes the wraparound. Wait for the lights to go out. Aki's just tantalizing, waiting for the moment, but it does hit Leave. 369 gets on top of the Kaisa. The GA soon to drop, but he uses the killer instinct to create some space. Leave is still up and freeze firing. How is this man alive? He is a mortal on Summoner's Rift, and the rest of NIP turn their attention back towards Top Esports, who have no fleeting chance.
It unlocks Leave to play with such a level of aggression, and I love watching this. It's going to be sad when this game is over, because this has been such a fun Kaisa game. Shanji going to get jumped here, but yeah, with Leave in the wings, I'm not so sure you want to play this one.
There we go. It's TP God has started out the public execution back forward for 369. Hits nobody. His health bar's gone. This is just getting rough to watch. Ninjas in Pajamas have run down Top Esports after all the confidence they had with the IG win. It's all gone to the wayside. It's behind one big absolute juggernaut of a man on the Kaisa. Lee fears no mortal man right now, and he wants game one done and over with. The ace comes through, and what a start for Ninjas in Pajamas, their most dominating game of the playoffs, to take a 1-0 lead.
Oh boy, that is the NIP game one that they have been waiting for. Their previous series, it didn't work out the way that they wanted, but this is the way to kick off your losers bracket play.
Yeah.
TS's composition, I think it's okay, like, in and of itself, but into what Ninjas in Pajamas have, that leaves me a little bit more suspicious. And the Vi, I think, is the best jungler in the meta at the moment. It's a shame, slightly, that you can only get it once when it comes to this Fearless, because I think it's so much fun to watch. Kanavi, though, looking to cash his in. Here's the dive.
Yep. Welcome to Kasante Gaming in the early game. Shanji, though, does get a good brunt. Crisp is going to have to flash out, drop the aggro. Jackie takes it. Shanji's still surviving.
So this play much harder to try to go in for Ninjas in Pajamas still. I think they're going to try for it. Teleport behind.
Oh, yeah. No level 6, though, on Shanji, so... But a big engage from PP God. The headbutt pulverized. He's trying to throw Cream out, but he just sacrificed himself. Beef to the slaughter right there. Jackie does drop on the backside, though, to Aki. So support for AD carry for now, but the health bars a bit more in control of Ninjas in Pajamas. How much more space do we want to buy? They take one grub to make sure there's no 3 grub. The comp against him is designed to make his game even more unplayable than last time. Shanji, though, definitely the one feeling the most unplayable gameplay currently, as he was dove early on, and now he's staring down another one. This time, Ganavi and Cream have ultimates available, but they're a little bit wary about it. Wave is thinning as well, so they got to go if they're going to go now. Ignite down, good brunt of the first bit of CC, but the all-out drops your defenses, and it's Jackie Love to snipe home his third kill. Plates down in that mid lane. And boy, you can tell they really do want this dive here. Oh, yeah. Sure, it does not cancel the back here, and 369's awareness grants him a very important reset.
Yeah, gonna lose quite a lot, though. Definitely gonna lose that first turret placed, at least. And Cream has arrived here. Doesn't have the ulti. Used that previously.
Right, and flash Vault Breaker for Aki. They have the clone call from all the way across the map. Gonna get out of the deadly flourish shots when it's PP God flying on in. Aki picks it up with the Vault Breaker. May not be who they came for the first time. Looking for the
mid lane push being established right here by NIP. Actually gonna be able to push this one under the tower fully, but still not gonna be the end of the world. Drake not spawning again for another 2.5 minutes. So we've actually got quite a lot of downtime here, unless of course Crisp gets jumped. Yep, there it is.
Aki over the wall. Good flash away from headbutt. Pulverized, though. Gonna keep Chris safe. Turns around with the Solar Flare. Forces Leave out of his cleanse. Zenith Blade engages right back onto Aki. And boy, have the tables turned on this engage. Down goes Aki. That's a shutdown given over to Kanavi, who definitely needed it most.
Aki, they very much will care, and those are going to be the main targets you're looking at. You're not really focusing on these tanks. The only issue with that, though, is if Sanji gets far enough ahead that you can't kill him, Ari's not going to shred through a tank. Neither is JackieLove with this build. Nobody's going to be able to deal with him. Now, Sanji's been put very far behind. It's not the end of the world so far, but we will have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Could have a dragon fight here.
Chains.
Going to hit Shanji. Does make Aki bail out of the pit. He does secure the dragon, but there's the lockdown from Kanavi. Picks off Aki once more. Shanji having to flash back here. Cream has some charges of Spirit Rush. Top Esports looking to push the tempo. They do have Leaf section out. He has to flash over the big wall to get back towards Top Esports. JackieLove's going to be as comfortable as he can be. There's flashes available for all of Top Esports, but it's Ninjas in Pajamas looking to force the issue in the jungle so far. That
really?
cease and desist. Kanavi wanted it. Baits in Aki, who now has to flash out of his own ultimate. Chains of Corruption going to fund him from JackieLove as well. This is the fight Top Esports needs, singling out one member at a time. They're going to pay their life for Chris with the equalizer down, though. 369's getting so much value out of this ultimate, and PP God is going to fall even through his unbreakable will in quotation marks. There's the Top Esports we were expecting. Break it open for 3 kills to none.
They're going to be able to trade this one in as well for a Rift Herald, and that's off of a highly over-aggressive play out of NIP's jungler. Aki goes flying in, decides to use that ulti onto Kanavi, who's already a pretty tough target to try to kill, and ends up getting the point at which the curtain call comes through here. 369 then walks up just towards Leaf, forces him to stop that one, and that's a ton of the teamfight damage just evaporated. Leaf.
Oh, and Doinby caught out in the pip as well. Great find from Crisp, and the rest of the damage comes through. We had a lot of worries about this Top Esports composition in this game, but their single target damage and lockdown was the one thing they're going to prevail with, and it's exactly how they've impressed so far.
And it's the kind of composition where, hey, if it starts going well, you can keep it going well. You can really keep the momentum very much intact, and Top Esports are doing that to great effect right now. Minute and a half until they're going to have a Drake to try to play around. For the minute, though, it's just about these turrets, trying to absorb as much gold as you possibly can from the standing objectives around the map. And with Cream managing to pick up this top lane tier 1 tower, just continues to expand. About how JackieLove was very much dead in almost every single situation, but NIP, they've never paid that back. They have never actually been able to do what this composition really ostensibly set out to do. They haven't been able to get into the backline, and when they have, it's more than enough damage from the rest of the TES composition to make up for it. Also going to be able to start up this Drake. It's the first Drake top are going to be able to grab for themselves, so not too bad to give over for NIP, but still, it just shows that they're kind of losing control of the map right here, losing bot lane tower as well.
Yeah, but that's a big win con for them. Was Ocean Soul could have really given them a lot.
But she does at least have a charm. She helps in some way.
She definitely has so far in this game. Is Top Esports still the more aggressors? Dumping a lot onto PP God, though. That's the Alistair, and here comes the turn. Aki gets the cease and desist. Here's the bullet time out coming across, but it will not find the kill onto Chris. It's Kanavi to drop first here. Here comes Aki and Doinby, but 369's damage is massive. It has to be the take. Shanji gonna go out. They're looking for JackieLove, but he's cutting back safely towards his alcove and his team. Shanji too far up on his lonesome, and now it's 369's time. Equalizer down. Flashes galore as NIP are sent sky. JackieLove continues to survive here. And its time is ticking, because at a certain point, that wallet diff is only going to become more and more of a problem. And IP are starting to lose big structures here. They knock down the mid-tier 2 turret. So much of the map opens up for Top Esports with Baron coming up in 2 minutes, and Ocean Drake and Atakan all on the map. It gets so much harder for NIP to really answer across the map right now.
Atakan still here. Really big buff if you can pick it up for either of these teams. Now, you need to be careful with Top Esports. I've seen good teams throw great situations in games around both Atakan and Baron, and having them both so far. Everybody hovering around here, where's the engage?
Who is is going to make the first blow here. Both teams with more than enough engage available. Charm down onto PP God. Gonna look to jump in. Has that Unbreakable Will going. I wonder if top esports may slow down with that ult going, but no. Chris wants to go in. Maybe a bit ill-advised, but they just burn through the Cow's HP. Down goes PP God. 369 is an absolute juggernaut on the Rift right now for TES.
It just doesn't matter that you've got that Unbreakable Will for PP God. He goes down anyway, and it just felt like NIP was standing there, fish in a barrel, not really sure how they could engage to try to actually all of that. That's like what you have to do on this champion. Exactly.
Well, he's trying to be a little bit cheeky with the brush here as Lunas Outcome will get started up. See a lot of teams throw around this buff, especially with the revive given over to whoever secures it. Kanavi committing to a PP God once again going in, maybe a little bit too early here with Doinby off to the side, but where's the commit of these ultimates? In goes Doinby, he's got 369, we were waiting for the mid lane stable to find his moment, but Aki's burned through next, the next perfect execution for Doinby, he has to flash himself out, and it's Kanavi's time to sing. Stasis down for Doinby, but he's as good as dead, and Shanji's not taking enough to hold on to the front line. The scene is played, 4 crits, finds Leave, but he crit shots him to the face. Shanji trying to kite back, buy space for his AD carry, but Creep's found to kill. They're going forward instead, they find Jackie Love. Is it Leave's moment once again? The Kaisa from game 1 to give them the win. It could be the Jin from game 2 to save them.
Right here for NIP. It's a lot blown already out of TES, but they do have kind of low health bars. They need to find another big fight. Leave is once again stood still.
Both takes are about half HP. Aki singled out off to the side. He's using the assist on the 369, but he's all alone, and the curtain call bullets are not hitting the priority targets. PP God gonna go down next. It looks like TES bided their time correctly this time round. Second time's the charm. Get the 2 kills and get themselves a revive buff.
I guess I kind of see the idea, right? You have Leave and Aki working together, trying to just blow up, assassinate on to 369 again, but it just doesn't work in the backside of that fight. They are going to lose the Atakan and the Baron potentially as well, straight over onto that secondary buff. And that doesn't really feel like there's anything you can do here. It's going to be a mid lane tier 1 and the Dragon as the trade. Yeah, not the most equal of trades, and this is going to be great for top esports.
It's another fight where NIP are unsure about when they want to go in, and you just cannot survive in this game. Just such a tough corner to be back into if you're NIP. You can see they're already surrendering all turrets outside of their base walls, but even that's not going to accomplish anything. NIP, once again, in that same spot. You need to make a decision. Go in or surrender more, and for now, they're not willing to commit anywhere. Maybe trying to swing around to go towards 369, but he's playing as safe as he possibly can. They're trying to cut the wave down. Doing a pretty good job at it, but it's only buying them a couple more seconds as they lose their inhibitor on the bot side.
And now top. Sorry, mid gonna get pushed through right here. That's
okay. Not the
pretty
most useful
early.
Equalizer.
No, the equalizer not necessarily gonna do quite what 369 was hoping that it would. At the same time, really not the end of the world. You're still gonna be able to put this pressure through as minions pour in through the bottom lane. Mid lane tier 3 tower gonna go down. Inhib soon to follow, and NIP they're gonna have to pull the last stand out sooner rather than later.
Shuriken onto Cream. He's already about a quarter HP. Doinby just doesn't want to pull the trigger. Deadly Flourish lands, but they got the Chains of Corruption on Leaf. Does use the cleanse, and now Kanavi's far too far forward. And Leaf's going to bring out the curtain call. Remember, we still have revives across the board. There is one down. Kanavi gets sniped out. They've got a couple more seconds. Maybe now NIP can go, but it's a huge solar flare from Chris. He's going to re-engage with the rest of his team. Doinby finds the kill to Kanavi, though. Picks himself up a second, and they have Leave untouched. It's Jack 369 that have to play back. They've got no revives to bail them out, and Leave gets to fire shot after shot into the hearts of TES. It may have cost them 2 inhibitors, but NIP make another big stand.
As NIP, I really don't think you can just allow TES to pick themselves up this next Baron. That would spell the end.
We got to go back and talk about it here, Bloxer. Once more, the series is headlined by players.
Still, it's wild looking at how many items people have. There's plenty of people close to full build.
God, he's gonna eat the charm. Are they looking for
gonna
to
go
get
in?
with
They're gonna go for
They're going on to Jackulov. Sees an assist down. Equalizer gonna buy some space. Where is Doinby? He's trying to fly in, but Aki's already down. Curtain call coming across. Doinby gets the perfect execution onto Jackulov. How much space can he create? Goes into the stasis with both Kanavi and Cream in his face, and unfortunately, Shanji, PP God, and Leave just could not cut down the angle. Ton of ults being dropped in that mid lane skirmish, and somehow we end up with a 3v3 still. And look what's spawning on the map. Could they get Ocean Soul? They've caught him on a reset here, Bloxer.
Yeah, I mean, Kanavi's in the area. You don't have a smite. You don't have a smite, and Kanavi certainly does.
Oh, but they got the big crit shot. Kanavi's gonna have to go in. Is Leave gonna get
oh
this?
Oh my
Leave
lord, they
Ocean
lose it.
Soul for
Look at their base, though. Look at their base.
They're losing Nexus turrets on the back end. 369 and Cream have teleport. They don't need to take this fight. Allow Kanavi to stall, but they want the skirmish here. Shaji very, very tanky, and now waves are back up.
Down a K'Sante and an Alistar. If you let the game go on for this long, this is a 40-minute game at this point, and boy, does it feel like it.
And IP look dead in the water, but they're fighting their way back. Could they find the big win in this one? Solar Flare from Chris only finds PP God. And now NIP, lean back into your Ocean Soul. Stall out, wait, see how much more the poke you can survive, how much more ultimates you can take off of this TES Cup. There's the Spirit Rush out for Cream.
There's the engage.
Equalizer down as well. And IP, are they going to re-engage or play stall here? PP God's taking up so much damage. Here's the curtain call from Leave, and in goes Doinby. He's going on top of Chris. Aki has JackeyLove as well. Doinby looking for the 5-point strike to finish it all, but won't find it just yet because Leave is doing all the work on the front side. Look at all the space Doinby's buying, flashing away from the Flame Spinner, but it's the stasis from Cream to buy some time. Leave needs to stay up and find these.
He's still alive.
Shots. And boy, what a shot did he find! Flashes and eviscerates Cream. Leave is doing it all on his own to keep NIP alive and maybe back in the lead for this game too.
How is this back?
Transit to get up to this Baron. Finally, they're gonna spot out with a Scrying Orb, but once again, a crit shot and a smite, like nobody is stopping Aki and Leave together. They have to kill them. Equalizer is down. Leave steps out of it, but there's the Baron.
There's the Baron. Wait, does he just get to base the back of the pit as well? This is the single safest Jhin game I think I've ever seen. He's also changing up his build.
One member of NIP that not enough people have been talking about, and now it's going to be all of the rage if they can get this done. And honestly, Bloxer, at this point, I feel like they're in the lead just based off of scaling the Ocean Soul and
what?
Oh my lord, he is at a blinking health bar. There is no reason Chris should ever nearly go down there, and he has to reset. He doesn't have the Ocean Soul. Aki, look at his health bar. He's all the way back up. It's a 5v4 for NIP right now, looking to steal this game too. And oh boy, I'm terrified. It's going to come down to a 50-50 smite fight. Unless Aki says, we're going in for JackeyLove. All bards are off. They're flying in, but Aki goes down first. Doinby has JackeyLove.
Leave's getting jumped.
Down the damage, and Leave is finally getting jumped. He has 2 cleanses. Cleanses off the bird as well. Hits the Death Flourish. Leave is still up, but he's losing all of his teammates, and Cream's gonna hunt him down. Good dodge on the Q. Kanavi's up next, trying to find the kill. One more crit shot. Leave gets it. GA down. How is Leave alive? It finally burns to the equalizer. GA up, but it doesn't matter. 369 has done it. He's rescued TES at the biggest fight point of the game. Before they slip from their grasp, TES wrestle back this series even.
Oh my lord, finally Leave dies, and that is the nail in the coffin that TES needed. This game, it was in their grasp 20 minutes ago, and it has taken 25 more for them to be able to close this one out. Finally, they will do it. Send us to evens. We've got a series on our hands. NIP.
You're taking confident, you're taking control out of your most confident player right now for NIP. If there's any game for Doinby to step up and be huge.
And you're sharing so much XP right now as TES. There are champions sharing all the time. God's gonna die here, but he doesn't care.
I think he just wants the farm.
Yeah.
All right, drop. Gives the kill over to 369. Let me gobble up.
It doesn't matter.
That's the Sion way, baby.
Necessarily getting the kill, although that would be nice. It's about how much pressure you can accumulate for yourself at this point into the game. I think it's also going to be a turn onto the Drake, although no, the teleport's going to dissuade that.
Oh, Aki's still here. They're coming back. They have got 4 members strong. 369 with no flash. Chris here trying to provide the shields, but Aki flashes forward the Strangle Roots to get the lockdown to 369. Chris gets back under the turret. Doinby took a ton of damage from the ramped up turret, but 369 is down. Chris flashing away from the
will actually delay things for NIP quite a lot. They would have liked to have been able to get a little bit of control in that lane, push out and go ahead and head towards these grubs. They're still going to be able to get on top of them, but there may now be a response in a way that they couldn't have had previously if JackeyLove hadn't have played it as well as he did.
It does make this grub take a little bit more treacherous for Aki, even on the Zyra that can burn through it. Good thing for him though is that JackeyLove is out of mana, and boy, Are the fruits really this worth it, JackeyLove? You're in between two enemy combatants right now. Luckily, Crisp is here, and Kanavi is going in for the killer blow to Aki. That's a huge possession to find. And now PP God, he may have been fine dying before, but it's not worth it now. Feats of Warfare over to TES as we get a double kill for Kanavi.
Apparently, the fruits are well worth it in this situation. It looked a little bit risky from JackeyLove to be stepping up that far, but he knew that he had the friends on the way over. Leave now also getting jumped right here. Crisp isn't going to deal the damage, but there are others waiting in the wings. We finally also get to see the top laners decide to fight. Hang on, this fight just hasn't stopped. What?
Flashes forward, gets the Q. JackeyLove finds the kill, but he's a little far forward up here now with Doinb in the face with a true shot. Barrage is more than enough damage for JackeyLove to find himself a...
He lives at least, and this is what NIP want, right? You're getting chased top lane, so you know you've got at least a little bit of a space towards the bottom lane. JackeyLove gets caught here.
Arcane shift, but it's the flash forward to get Cole the Meek stun. JackeyLove for all the heroic plays early. One mistake opens the door for NIP.
NIP, they are just keeping up the pressure in this game. As much as they have fallen behind in terms of overall gold, they're going to be able to swing it back in their favor quite heavily right now. This, if they're able to pick up this tower nice and quickly, that bottom side area, 369 actually going to teleport top side. Shanji does have the teleport to head his way back down bot if he really wanted to. The tower just going to keep on living. It is hanging on for dear life.
Plate's not going to last too much longer to keep it up, but JackeyLove going to commit his entire mana pool to do so. Kanavi has a front row seat to Aki and his plants, taking down this dragon. Maybe looking for a potential 50-50. Going to use the Shroud to come in now. Teleport coming behind NIP to give them a bit of a man advantage. We're going to 50-50 this smite. It's going to be won by Kanavi. There is this double onslaught for PP God. Hits nobody, but JackeyLove is cut down. Joined with a huge shock blast. A fight on two fronts. Who's going to find the win? Can Kanavi get the reset? Does at 1 HP find himself a possession? And again, now could just continue to reset over and over again. It was a blinking health bar for Kanavi, but he gets 2 kills and gets out when he needed to most. And Shanzi's just a little bit too late to the party. All the drinks are done. No more chips for you to find. You have to head back home with nothing.
Oh, and that really sucks on the back end of that fight. TES scatter to the wind, and you're now leaving 369 alone with the tower top lane, and plenty of damage to be able to do to it too, especially with the demolish right there. TES, their lead on this game was a little bit tenuous, but now they've put themselves in a much stronger position. Still, defeat is going to want another team fight, though. TES, they've been going pretty well so far. It's NIP who I think are going to be a little bit reticent to start these fights up without being able to potentially get themselves a pick first.
And teleport costing them is able to try and answer for the scrub play, so TES can just take over this top side in 369. Wants Doinb's number, throws him against the wall, gets the cooler in his face as well. Doinb has to flash away with no mana. His NIP in that last game had a comp with agency. This time round, they have to sit back and wait for TS to play into them. Maybe you take a position here with some plans with Zyra and getting some Jace Shock Blast down is the only way they really can have agency in this game. But you can see TS just turned their attention to the mid-lane turret. PP God's going in, but nobody connects with the Assault. So Chaji flashed forward to root Cream up, but he does get the Emperor's Revive down. Big heal comes across. They don't get Cream. PP God's far too low, and JackeyLove is just firing spell after spell. And 369 has the Mega and throws 3 into the wall. But where are the kills? We will finally drop over to JackeyLove and company. 369 put them all on a platter, but only 1 scrap was taken.
That was the Mega Gnar play I was looking for out of 369. Yeah, it doesn't end in the kills, but it has the same effect in this situation. You manage to pick yourself up the mid lane tier 1. You're just going to be able to turn this into another Drake, and that is sole point now for Top Esports. They're having a great time of it in this way. 3-0-1 for Kanavi, 4-1-4 for JackeyLove. The main carries who we needed to see pop off in this game have been able to do so themselves. A second game running. Really unfortunate considering how good the game 1 was. 369.
Desperation is trying to pick off 369 on the side, who isn't a Mega Gnar. They're dropping full combos onto this guy, and his health bar barely gets under half. Fortunately for NIP, though, there's no rescue coming for 369, so it took a while. They do complete the pick play.
But
however,
what do they lose?
Yes, exactly. Tier 2 at the very least.
Yeah, not likely to lose too much more.
6 rounds. Look at all those mites.
Yeah, the mites are making it very easy to be able to push through these towers.
Big power spike for Ezreal's now. More mana done for JackeyLove. His mana pool's not a big issue.
Yep.
so much safety with the CDR he gets, especially once he gets the Shojin going. So JackeyLove is in such a good big spot. And this is the top esports we were advertised after their thromping of IG, and it's fitting that it's when we get Kanavi and JackeyLove back in the form from that game or that series.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
5,000 cuts right now, and once again, while there were mistakes made in Game 2 for TES, it is a huge sigh to see that they are back in control of a game and playing exactly the strengths of the draft.
Exactly. Cream now going to teleport down into the mid lane. JackeyLove stepping up once again.
Cream! Big play! There's the stream and shuffle you wanted. Serves Aki up on a silver platter and leaving PP God.
Yes.
You guys are going the wrong way. Up a creek with no paddle. Great screens galore. TES have broken open a very important game number 3.
The only issue with that play is it happens a minute and a half early, so you don't have a Baron to go and play around. Instead, it looks like mid lane tier 3 is going to be the focus. Like you said, the 6 grubs early on are going to make short work of these towers. Mid lane inhibitor falls 23 minutes into this game, and you can peel back to go pick yourself up Soul as well. TES, they are in firm control of this game. Sure, they didn't have the best time of it in the late stages last time. I don't think it's going to be the same here. NIP, desperation.
It's just too little, too late. They have a teleport coming behind, but JackeyLove, he's in his comfort zone right now. He's in between a flank, and he does not care. PP God, you've got no friends in front of you anymore. No friends left in the industry. Just another trip to the fountain on expedition. And the Soul should be the turn here for TES. A Soul before Baron even spawns. Nothing really encapsulates the dominance more than that very sentence.
No, this is one of the most dominant games I've seen in a while. TES have been able to just dismantle everything that NIP wanted to do for themselves. You've got a couple of kills in this game, 3 of them only for NIP. And other than that, kind of nothing. Couple towers, that's it. They are so far.
The tempo of these two teams, we have to save that conversation because there's been a trap set, and Aki has stranglethorned himself right into it. Pretty sure Aki and Zyra are supposed to be the ones that are in control of the Venus flytraps, but it's TES that set one and knocked down Aki. And hey, look, the Purple Worm's off spawn. And we have Ocean Soul, god damn it. Why don't we just take it?
Yeah, there is no real threat to TES right now, barring the craziest play you've ever seen.
This is just desperation.
Cream actually gets caught.
He does have the stasis, though. Will get jumped on. He should go down, but he isn't the focal point carry. It's Kanavi and JackeyLove who take down the Purple Worm, and they're still bloodthirsty for more. JackeyLove and company flying on forward. It might be wrapped up right here with the Baron, Nasher, and Grubs. Leave the Senna has to watch his base crumble, and when they're needed most, JackeyLove and Kanavi came to play and give TES their most dominating win of the playoffs so far to put themselves onto match point for a date with Billy Gaming.
NIP, it took 45 minutes to win, so lose last time. 26 on this one. TES domination. That works for you right here, but more than that, you can then pull it into the Gragas, and where it was a good Gragas matchup, into the Jax place to play around for these objectives, but we've seen how these grub fights have been kind of weak, honestly, out of NIP.
Crisp. He's level 2 with no summoners. The slow from the Zerian does more than enough damage. Aki finds the first blood.
Okay.
When NIP needed it most.
And it's a couple of these lanes that we've really been looking at to be the proper performers that have been a bit quiet so far. Crisp again? He's
Chopper's
fine, right?
down. They do lock Aki up, and the counter-strike's available. Aki's going to get flash stunned on. The very jungler we were talking about is going to go down, and JackeyLove gets the reset. Kanavi has the ball on him. The shockwave holds Leaf in place. He has to flash over the wall. Kanavi, does he have the leap strike in time? No, he does. Chris just starting to clear out some words. Kanavi is close by on that Grom. Should be able to secure this. Yeah,
he's fine. Okay.
Yeah, Kanavi's not going to be able to get there, so going to trade that neutral. NIP going to grab that dragon, but Leaves maybe looking for more here. Going for the all-in, but steps on the chompers, eats the rocket. JackeyLove has him read like a book, and now this poor kitty is hung out to dry with nobody to jump to. The TP's just a bit too late. There's Feats of Warfare secured. Chris flashes to safety, but there's the barrel from Doiby. It hits JackeyLove, but he has to flash under the turret to find the first kill. Luckily, he can use his bows to dash out to safety. There's the wombo combo NIP needed, and it salvages them an even avoiding a crumble from such an impressive regular season. And it's so pitiful that they're relying on Doinby, their MVP of the split, to do so. And maybe they can break open this game around this dragon as all eyes turn towards it. Cloud Drake being turned down by Aki and Doinby, tons of damage. Kanavi looking to potentially go in and steal, but there's nothing but a whisper of the clouds. All solo lanes have access to that level 2 ultimate, but it's a full strategy game trying to see what side of the map these rotations are going towards. As Kanavi's going to jump in with the counter-strike, but the turn immediately on its head. He wasn't expecting Aki to be so close by. They get the Yumi ult to try and lock him down. There's the Crescent Guard out to block all of 369's damage, and Aki knocks down Kanavi. That rocket goes completely blank, but JackeyLove still gets the reset onto leave. And now teleports are starting to come through here. Doinby gets the knock of Aki onto JackeyLove. They grab the kill. Finally, Doinby finds his moment and gives NIP a slight edge in the first big skirmish in the mid lane.
It looked like a terrible bit of timing right there out of TES. Kanavi going way deep.
Than this one.
Yeah, there's a difference between playing these games slowly and playing them passively. This is NIP playing to the strengths of their composition, allowing the game to come to them.
Back towards his mid turret. That's the explosive cast used defensively, so a big engage tool for NIP is down. If you want a last breath from Doinby, it's going to have to be the 3-town strike, but Doinby's on his own little island right now, so
yeah, he's happy to just be pushing out this bot lane tier 1 tower, pick up a little bit of extra standing gold for the team. They are down by about 1,000 at the moment, really not too much at this point in the game. Definitely not an insurmountable lead by any means.
I
think he's okay.
Down the turret. He's got Aki close by, and Shanji's going to TP in. Doinby has to stall, but 369's heralding him. They get the polymorph, but there's the knockout and the immediate turn by NIP. 369's by a lot of time with the Hextech ultimatum, though. Does have that wild growth, but finally, Aki slays him down. Kanavi wants to brawl next, though, stepping up with his ultimate, looking for the counter-strike to come back around. Down goes Aki. He hops for Doinby, who flashes out of the big-time ultimate from the Orianna. The shockwave doesn't find its mark, but it's going to be the reset for JackeyLove. Kanavi gets the counter-strike. They're going forward, and JackeyLove is churning through them all. Finds the triple kill for Kanavi as TES find themselves an edge.
I was slightly worried we were going to see a Jax pentakill in this one. If you're able to get on top of Leave and he isn't able to jump over that wall there, well, you've got the triple already. Could have been anyone's game.
Kanavi found his form of old on that Viego. Playing the damage dealer, the Jax looks to be the same here. Big Hextech Drake has spawned as Kanavi once again leaping forward with no regard for his own safety. There's the explosive cast onto Kanavi, but that's not the target you want to go for. Doinby can't survive in the front line of TES. A mistake from the MVP of the split, and it's going to open this game wide open for TES. Slow on to Shanji, Hextech ultimatum. He's done and dusted. Another triple kill, this time to Cream as TES explode for a bigger gold lead.
There we go, another one of those players we were highlighting who's had a quiet series, Cream, managing to pick up that triple kill right here, and they're going to be able to turn it back on over to the Hextech Drake. It's only their first of the series, so they're not going to be able to pick themselves up anything too much from it. Yeah, exactly, and I think the bigger prize is going to be this Artican. Aki is in the area, could potentially try for something a little bit tricky with those Hextech portals, but it doesn't really feel like there's any response out of NIP, picking themselves up this Ruinous. And that's going to be another huge advantage.
It seems to be just Summoner's burn, but it's JackeyLove and Chris. They're barreling down the mid lane. What can Leave really do but watch his turret burn?
Yeah, Leave had such a good game 1 and game 2. Just hasn't been able to get his footing in this one. Been put pretty far behind. 2 items completed though. So still could be who NIP needs to be able to take us to Silver Scrapes. Take us to that game number 5. If anyone's going to do it. But once again, we're just seeing Aki get jumped.
Kanavi's at a whole nother level right now. Throwing caution to the wind. There's the last breath onto 369. Hextech ultimatum buys space once more. But this time he's going to drop to the revive. But Kanavi goes back in, flashes with the counter strike. He's right on top of Aki, but Aki just won't fall. Wild Growth buys a little bit of time there for Kanavi. And now the rest of TS can step up. Down goes Shanji. It's JackeyLove and company on the backline, providing the killer edge. And they're on to the inhibitor turrets.
Yeah, it's only 23 minutes into this game, and they're going to be able to break open the base of NIP. They do not want a game 5. They want this one done now. They want to start thinking about BLG in the next round. And oh my lord, that 10,000 total kills for TES off of that play. 8 all-time in the LPL. That's crazy. That's a lot of kills.
It's another big milestone.
A pop-off performance from Doinby, from Leave. Arky find that engage. It feels like they're running out of time desperately right now as Ingo TES. They're going to be able to pick up this mid lane tower. It just keeps happening. They've also got a wave pushing on to the tier 2 in the top side if they want to move on to that one. For now, though, perfectly contented to just grab multiple of these inhibitors.
Doinby pressed out an entire bot wave, but recall. It feels like one more fight could end this, and they know it. They have the control. They're going for the Baron. It's desperation time for NIP. Who wants to step up and be the hero? Doinby being heralded by 369 off to the side. Here comes a big flake from Aki. They do find some big targets. Stasis goes out for creep. There's Doinby with the two-man last breath. The bottom lane of TS is down when they needed it most. Doinby has found the kills needed. Everyone else from TS is scattered. 369 finds the trade on the Doinby, but it's too damn late. NIP are not done yet!
Oh my lord, again! It happens again, TES. They don't know how to close themselves out games, despite the fact they have right now got minions pouring into their base. It doesn't matter, it's gonna be the pickup of the Baron. It's a ton of kills, shutdowns galore going over to NIP, and they are still fighting.
They've got a Hextech Drake spawning. Death timers aren't going to be long enough for them to take it, but it doesn't matter. They found themselves a lifeline.
This work. It does die in the end, but it really doesn't matter. You can see in the picture-in-picture, though, yes, they are going to be picking themselves up their second of the Hextech Drakes. It means that it's 2 OP to find that big flank. This rift, this map, is helping them so much right now still. They're bleeding out on objectives at this point. They're going to need a couple more big fights to really be able to swing this one.
You got to just turtle into any structures in their base. They don't need to worry about getting outscaled
in this game. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening. This one continues on. It felt so done and dusted. We were ready to close the book on NIP in Split 1. But they are showing us that it is not over till it is over. What can they do?
Kanavi looking for the X Factor. Wow, jumping with the Counter-Strike into the shockwave. TS just shut out the doubters with one big kill on to leave. And now there's nowhere for NIP to run, nowhere for them to hide. Just when you thought the door was creeping open, TES slam it shut with an ace of dreams. One big fight and a destiny match with BLG has fronted itself in reality.
There we go. It's not over till it's over. And Slayer, this one is done. This is going to be the win right here for TES. Couple times they've shown that closing it out isn't necessarily their favorite activity, but boy have they made it interesting, and boy do they deserve to move on to the next round of these LPL playoffs.
And who gets the job done for them in these last